myself to a little solo afternoon tea here at home. I absolutely love doing these. I try to do them at least once a week. It's a wonderful thing to do on a cozy weekend afternoon and it's actually way simpler than you think. I always start with getting some flowers nice and trimmed up so that they will last longer in their vase. And I actually ended up getting a 2-for-1 deal on flower bouquets, so that's always a really awesome way to start my weekend. Once I finish arranging the flowers, I pull out my tea tray. This is a DIY. I found it at the thrift store. You'll see it was bronze, matte black or something. I sanded the whole thing down, I primed it, and then I painted it this beautiful gold color. This is my favorite DIY I've ever done. I use it every single week. I feel like it's just the most beautiful statement piece that I could have done, and I loved restoring this and bringing it back to life. I also have white and gold plates with a floret edging. I think these are really perfect to go with the tray, and I think they're really lovely. They also match my sugar bowl and my teapot that I use for hot tea when I'm going to do an afternoon tea. I just think the whole set's lovely. However, today, because I am doing a little bit of a southern twist, I'm actually doing a iced tea, so I have my beautiful iced tea pitcher instead. To start off with our snack part of the afternoon tea, I am going to make some homemade scones. These are going to be peach scones. I'm actually going to be using yogurt and fresh peaches, which is really incredible. I will leave the recipe down below for you all so that you can follow along. Once I have my basic scone recipe made and my fresh peaches added in, I will go ahead and knead it by hand. You don't want to overwork this dough because scones, if you've ever had them, can be very dry, and so you want to keep it as light as possible with the kneading, but go ahead and make sure that everything is mixed in. And then we will divide it into 6 pieces. I decided to do a round shape instead of that classic wedge because it's a southern inspired afternoon tea, and I thought that it would be really cute if they look like little biscuits. While my scones are in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and make my little tea sandwiches. So I just cut the crust off some bread, made it into little square shapes, and then I used some leftover chicken salad to make little tea sandwiches. course, we put our sandwiches on the bottom, and then once my scones were out of the oven, I did go ahead and add them to the middle plate, and I thought they turned out really cute and perfect. Now it's time for our super simple dessert, and don't tell anyone, but when I am by myself, I will actually use pre-made mini tart shells, and I put whipped cream and preserves in, and it is extremely easy, it is extremely fast, and you will absolutely love it. You can get them at Walmart, you can get them from another store that's going to sell you a little pre-made tart shell, and I put some fresh peaches on, and it looks very high end for something that will only take you a couple of seconds. Now I'm going to show you how I make my iced tea. I would recommend doing this a little bit earlier in the day since it's iced tea, but totally up to you. I'm going to use Louisiana iced tea because that's what my mom told me, and that's pretty much who I follow when it comes to that. You can boil the water, put the tea bags in, put sugar in, and you are ready to go. And of course, I topped it with a little bit of a peach slice, a beautiful yellow straw to go with my theme, and then we were ready to go. I thought it was really perfect. I have a little mini plates that match my bigger plates that go on the tea tray, and we always start with the bottom, so always the savory stuff on the bottom. Something I learned when I was taking etiquette classes was to break apart or tear apart your food only one bite at a time, and then you actually put butter or preserves, in this case, on one bite at a time. And if you're with people, it makes it easier to talk if you only have one bite of food in your mouth, and it's also a little bit classier if you care about that type of thing. I hope you enjoyed having a little afternoon tea with me. Don't forget to put away all of your leftovers and have another afternoon tea, and I will see you next time, darling.